I grew up at Beth Yeshurun. My siblings and I all attended the day school. We all became B'nai Mitzvah here. We celebrated all the holidays here. And we graduated from the religious school and also went through Hillel High School with confirmation and graduation. So Beth Yeshurun has been really like a second home to our family. So interesting, because when I walk in the building and I bring the children, I feel the same kind of pride and the same happiness that I felt as a child. And it feels so beautiful to be able to do that with Kenneth and with our parents and with the kids. It's a really special feeling.
It is very meaningful to me to see not only that my kids grew up with Judaism, with Yiddishkeit, but to see that their kids are doing the same thing. They are giving them the opportunity to thrive in a Jewish community and to learn davening. And that's one thing that these kids are going to pass on to their kids. It's ledor vador, from generation to generation.
My father became very active at Beth Yeshurun when we were young, and then he was very involved in the construction of Beth Yeshurun here. I am very happy that my father was a role model to me, and then to see my children also participate is really it's wonderful, and I think that a lot of that is by example.
It's a thrill to see all 9 of our grandchildren doing this.
Through Beth Yeshurun and other Jewish institutions, we've been able to involve the kids, not just talk about getting involved, but really let the kids actively participate.
This Saturday, I led most of the Saturday morning service, and Carly did some of it with me. And then in a couple weeks, Carly is gonna lead most of the Saturday morning service.
I think David did a great job leading the Shachrit service. I think it was very nice getting to watch my brother up on the bima because we had our B'nai Mitzvah together. I didn't get to watch him do all of the prayers by himself, but getting to watch him do them by himself, I think that was very inspiring to me.
I just love coming here because I get to sing with my siblings, and sometimes they invite me to open the ark, and I really like it. I can't wait for my bat mitzvah when I'm going to be doing that, the same thing that they're doing.
I've seen a lot of changes in Beth Yeshurun from the time that I had my bat mitzvah, and I was limited from the standpoint that I could not read from the Torah. And now when I go to Beth Yeshurun, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to see my own granddaughters read from the Torah.
One of the best things about Beth Yeshurun for me is the lifelong friends that I've made here. I've had friends since I was 3 years old, and I talk to some of those friends pretty much every day. And what's really nice is that our children are growing up together. Even though they might not be the same age, we create those memories together with those families. So it's really something that's one of the best things for me about Beth Yeshurun.
Well, for me, being an immigrant, lonely in this country meant that I had to make friends. Ever since we moved to Beth Yeshurun, we feel like it's a second home.
Growing up, I feel like I had a special relationship with Rabbi Siegel that thankfully has continued on into adulthood. And I feel like I have a special relationship now with Rabbi Strauss.
Rabbi Strauss has been such a blessing for this congregation. He's given people an opportunity to not only learn, but to act on what we are supposed to do as Jews in terms of repairing the world, helping people who are in need. And it's not only providing an opportunity for adults, but it's also providing an opportunity for parents to instill those values in their children, not only through reading about it or hearing about it when we're sitting within the 4 walls of this building, but actually going out and acting in a manner that we're supposed to act in as Jews.
For our B'nai Mitzvah, we did the Mitzvah project of Meals on Wheels, and we delivered more than 100 meals over the summer.
It was a really good feeling when we delivered the meals to the people in need, because we know that if we didn't do it, or if no one volunteered to do it, they wouldn't have been able to get the meals. It was incredible, the feeling knowing that we did something that really helped them and made them feel like people did care about them.
I remember as a child, had conversations with my grandfather so many times about the importance of involvement in the community, and that was passed down from him to my mother, and both of my parents really constantly talking to me about the importance of being involved in the Jewish community and giving back. I love being here for services on Friday night. The people, the sense of community, and there is something about that service for me on Friday night that just serves as a wonderful way to kind of culminate the week. And I hope that the joy that I derive from being here on Friday night is something that my children will also learn to really treasure.
I would like to wish on my grandkids to appreciate the opportunity that their grandparents did not have in Europe to learn. They recognize that to educate their families in Judaism is most important than anything else.
Carly, my mom, and I are all a part of the Yad Squad.
The Yad Squad is a group at Beth Yeshurun. It's led by Rabbi Horowitz, who teaches us portions to read from the Torah. And it's really special getting to read from the Torah because I know even after my bat mitzvah, I can still continue to read Torah.
Our family history at Beth Yeshurun goes way back. On Kenneth's side, it goes even further back. And we love that we're able to share that with our children, and we hope that our children will, God willing, pass that on with their children and feel the same things that we feel when we walk in the building, and hopefully what they feel when they are here, the special sense of community and family and pride and Yiddishkeit. And we hope to see that in the future with our family. We feel such a great connection to Beth Yeshurun. We just want to continue to see Beth Yeshurun continue to flourish.